Hello guys, welcome back. This is a pickups video, but it's not a games video. It is actually a DVD and Blu-ray pickups video. I thought about including it as part of my general pickups with the games, but I figured it would just make those videos too long. So I did want to I felt it'd be better if I split them up, because I do want to talk about some of my Blu-rays and DVDs that I've picked up. So I've got a little stack here, all very cool sort of geeky titles that I thought I would share with you guys, let you know what sort of stuff that I'm into. And one of them actually is gaming related. Let's see, I'll start off with a series that I've been a long time fan of. We're currently on season 8, which is being shown. And it's now going on to a 9th season as well, and it's a really good show, and I highly recommend a lot of people check it out. It's definitely one of those shows that hasn't really garnered a large audience, but it does have its fans. I mean, obviously it's going on to 9 years now, but that show is Supernatural, and I picked up season 7. Admittedly, it's not my favourite season. I sort of felt that past season 5, it's sort of not really hit the mark at the moment. I mean, season 6 was so-so. Season 7 was better, but still not enough. And currently I'm watching season 8, and it's certainly better than season 7. But I don't know, I think I've still yet to warm to it. But seasons 1 to 5 are fantastic. But yeah, so I picked up season 7 of Supernatural. The series as a whole is fantastic. It's about two brothers that basically go out. They're hunters. They hunt the supernatural, and you know, they get embroiled in lots of adventures. Their family line dates back to sort of other hunters, and you know, they fight vampires, werewolves, ghosts, all sorts of demons, gods in some cases. It's a really good show. It's very well written, some great dialogue. It can be very, very funny, some good action, and it's just the interaction between the two brothers. I think that's what really makes the show. You really sort of feel for them and the hardships they go through. So yeah, that's Supernatural season 7. It's 22 episodes. It is 22 episodes, if I can't remember. It's 23 episodes. So yeah, proper love this. Staying on Supernatural, I've got here Supernatural, the anime series. Now this is quite a curiosity. Supernatural, again, it's one of those cult shows. Doesn't really have a large fan base. But in Japan it must be quite popular, because Madhouse, this is the anime studio that brought us Ninja Scroll and loads of other animes actually based on games. Like they did the Devil May Cry anime, and they've done this sort of 22 episodes anime series of Supernatural. Again, it's about the brothers, and it's a really cool alternative to the actual live action show. One of the actors from the show does voice his counterpart in this show, and the other actor only does the voice in like 2 other episodes. And this series sort of takes, sort of adapts like the episodes from season 1 and 2, and also has completely original stories as well. So it does expand the mythology. So if you're a fan of Supernatural, it's definitely worth adding to the collection as well, because it does have a few episodes that help expand some of the character backstories that just wasn't covered in the live action series. But you don't have to be a fan of the live action series to watch this. This is very self-contained, and it's an action show. They did very well in sort of emulating the dynamic between the two brothers, and it's set during season 1 and 2, which were some of the best years of Supernatural. So some of the best storylines came out of those 2 years. So it's definitely one to check out. So if you're already a fan, this is highly recommended. But I recommend people check out Supernatural in general. It's a really great show, and this anime is really good as well. I was very surprised. I really love the animation on it. I'm a big fan of Madhouse, the studio. I love their work, and this lives up to their standards. So yeah, great series. Now, a couple of DVDs here. First one I've got here is Iron Man: Rise of Technovore. This is a one-off animated feature. Again, it was actually done by Madhouse Studios, and I've yet to see it. I haven't watched it yet, but it's sort of like a one-off episode, one-off feature, and Iron Man is teamed up with Hawkeye and Black Widow from the Avengers, as well as his friend War Machine, and it also has a guest appearance by the Punisher as well. So I look forward to checking this one out. I'm very big into my superheroes, so you know, and this is a Madhouse animated film as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they did with this Iron Man feature. And the next thing I've got here, this is a bit of a classic. Finally got round to picking this up. I was going to get it on DVD, not on DVD, on Blu-ray, but I've heard a lot of bad things because it was edited. They sort of removed the swear words and stuff from the Blu-ray, so I was really bummed by that because I was really looking forward to getting it in a nice HD picture. But because of the bad reviews I've read of the Blu-ray, I opted to just get the DVD, and that is Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. This is fantastic. I remember I bought this. I've got this on VHS. I bought it way back in '94. I think I bought it the first week it came out, actually, the animated film, on VHS. But I waited a very long time. I kind of passed on this DVD originally because I was waiting for a Blu-ray option. It eventually did come out and it let me down, so I've settled on this DVD. In that time, I've been watching the VHS still. It's a really fantastic, very faithful to the Street Fighter series. And it's definitely the best movie adaptation of Street Fighter 2. I'm pretty sure most of you have seen this already, so you probably don't need much convincing. But if you haven't seen it and you like Street Fighter 2, this is highly recommended. Definitely check this one out if you want to see a great interpretation of Street Fighter 2. Okay. Now we're moving on to my Blu-rays. I've got one steelbook here. Bit of a classic. It's a Disney film, and it's one of my favourites of all time, and that is the Jungle Book. Yeah, I mean, I love this film. Absolutely love the Jungle Book. It ranks in my top 5, no, probably top 2. Top 2? Maybe my favourite, I don't know. It sort of varies, but it's definitely my top 5 favourite Disney films. I absolutely love the Jungle Book, so I'm very glad to get it on the steelbook. Next Blu-ray I've got here. This is actually one that I imported because it's not available on Blu-ray in this country, and that is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles triple pack. So you've got all 3 live action films here, and this is a American import, but it is region free, so you know it will play on UK PlayStation 3s and UK Blu-ray players. The first film is only available here in DVD, and it's actually out of print. I've seen it around at CEX. Like, you can pick up a used copy, no problem, but it still commands a good price. I wanted to pick it up for a cheap price, but I can't seem to find it for anything less than a tenner. I didn't want to pay £10 for it, and this was just over a tenner. So you've got the original film, plus you've got the 2 inferior sequels. Although I admit I do like the second one as well. So yeah, it's definitely worth getting. So if you do like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and you want it on Blu-ray, and you don't want to wait for an official UK release, you can import this, and it will play in the UK. So you've got no worries about that. Next Blu-ray I've got here is again one of these superhero animated films that I just love to pick up, and this is the brand new one, and that is Justice League Flashpoint, and this is a feature-length film, essentially it's really about the Flash. The Flash is the main character in this, and essentially what it's about, the Flash gets sent through to an alternate dimension where he finds his comrades, his fellow heroes, in very different states. So, for example, in the new dimension he goes to, Aquaman and Wonder Woman are at war with each other, and they've destroyed like half the Earth in their battle. And the Batman in this new dimension is not Bruce Wayne. In this dimension, his Bruce Wayne was killed by the Mugger, as opposed to his parents, and it's actually Thomas Wayne that takes up the mantle of Batman, and he's a much meaner Batman. He is like, he will kill. He's a much rougher Batman. For those wondering if I've spoiled the film for you, I haven't. That's not a spoiler. You know, because it's given away very easily. But the film is, I have to admit, I was quite disappointed by this one. This is supposed to was adapted from a comic series that essentially rewrote the DC universe. If you follow the DC comics, there's a new line of DC Comics known as the New 52, and what they essentially did was they rebooted a lot of the continuity and started again. And this was the adapted storyline that was supposed to reboot the DC universe. The reason why the DC Comics did that was so new fans were able to sort of get into it without the added sort of continuity pressures, and because obviously in the years that the comics have been around, there's a lot of my mind went blank. There's a lot of it gets very complicated. There's a lot of contradictions, a lot of rewrites, retcons. So this was a way for them to simplify the universe so that new readers can just jump right in. And this was essentially the jump-off point. But I was quite disappointed by it, because I felt that, like I would imagine if I just read this story in comic book form, there was a lot of supplemental comics that sort of added to the world. And I feel without any of that, this film kind of feels kind of empty, like there's a lot of stuff missing. It's a great film, don't get me wrong, but compared to some of the others, this is not really one of my favourites. And finally, I picked up here, very happy to get this, and I took a gamble on it because I imported this. Oh, actually, sorry, just I forgot to say, this is an American import as well, and it is region free. So if you like your DC animated films, this will play in the UK territory, so don't worry about that. And yeah, finally here I have got a Blu-ray series. I took a gamble on this because I was trying to find out if this Blu-ray was region free, and there was no sort of concrete news stating that it was. I had read in some forums that it was, but it was nothing sort of concrete, so I did take a gamble on it, and fortunately it is region free. And this is a sequel series to a cartoon called Avatar: The Last Airbender. It is a series, I've actually got it here. These are the first 3 volumes of Avatar: The Last Airbender, or The Legend of Korra. And I have to say, guys, this is some of the best cartoons I've ever seen. Really great storylines, great characters. If you're not really into cartoons but you want good storyline, I highly recommend you check out the Avatar series. Really fantastic stuff. And there's a lot of great messages here. I mean, most sort of cartoons nowadays, you know, they really treat kids like idiots. You know, there's next to no story. You know, they're just afraid to like cover any serious topics. But the Avatar series talks about things like genocide, you know, real world stuff, but obviously applied in a way that kids can enjoy, and not just kids but adults as well. There's a lot of subtext here for adults to enjoy as well, and yeah, really great stuff, guys. Highly recommend you check out the Avatar series. So it was very popular. It was a 3-series arc, completed the storyline, and then they sort of started again with this brand new series, and it is called The Legend of Korra. And what this is, this follows on from that series, but it's set 80 years in the future. And it's about the new Avatar. Because essentially what the Avatar is, it's sort of set in a world that's sort of based on 4 nations that are based on the 4 elements. So you've got people that come from each sort of element. So you've got the Earth Nation, you've got the Water Nation, the Fire Nation, and the Air Nation. And every generation there is the Avatar, and this Avatar is born from a single element nation, but he is able to manipulate all elements. And in each elemental nation, there are people that are able to manipulate the elements, whereas the Avatar is able to control them all. And when he passes away, a new one is born, and that one again has the ability to master all the elements. And this is set 80 years in the future, and it's a much shorter series. It's currently about to start its 2nd season. So this is the first one, and it's only 12 episodes, and it is fantastic. It lives up to the standard of the previous season, and it's such a great storyline. Really, it's a lot more adult than the original series. Characters are older. Some of the storylines can be quite dark, and yeah, it's a fantastic show. And just to say, guys, if you are a fan of Avatar and you want to pick this up over here, because this series hasn't even been shown over here yet, I just couldn't be bothered to wait. But yes, this is region free, so you know this will play in UK PlayStation 3s and Blu-ray players. So that's it, guys. So those are my Blu-rays and DVD pickups. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's something a little bit different, but I felt I also want to talk about DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff, because I have a lot of interest in a lot of movies, animated films. I love superhero stuff. I'm very big into that. You know, as much as I'm into like retro games, I'm also into like retro cartoons, stuff I grew up with, like Transformers, Thundercats, and stuff like that. I love to watch all those shows, and I also like anime as well. So let me know what you guys think, what you thought of this video. Is it something you'd like to see again? Just sort of trying to expand my topics a little bit. So let me know what you think. There will be a pickups video of games very, very soon. So expect that one coming. Picked up a lot of great stuff. So yeah, so look out for that one. And that's it, guys. Let me know what you think again. This is definitely something I'd like to do in the future. So yeah, share your thoughts, guys. Okay, that's Tino777, aka Rob Gone 16-bit. Take care. Bye bye.